wheels after all, it turns out. A unicycle is not a very efficient method of transportation. That's why you don't see anybody riding around on the streets with unicycles very often. But it is a fun balancing challenge. That's why you see them more often in the circus than you do on the streets. Now, we checked. Turns out unicycles were not invented by Canadians. But there was a Canadian who had an interesting idea. His name was Trevor Blackwell from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He invented an electric unicycle. Instead of pedals to pedal it forward, he just put little platforms there with a motor and a battery and a gyroscope, and then all you had to do was lean forward, and the motor would take off, and he would go on the electric unicycle. It was pretty cool. Now, he just made it for fun. He was an engineer who liked building stuff. He didn't intend to sell it or anything, but you know what, inventors, they keep working on ideas, and other people's ideas. Technology improved, and other people kept working on it, and eventually the modern electric unicycle was born.
Whee! The modern day electric unicycle. How many of you seen one of these on the streets of Toronto? Well, lots of you have, because they are becoming more and more popular as a very small way to get around. In fact, it even has this handy-dandy handle in case you have to get on the subway with it. So with a bigger battery, a faster motor, it all goes a little easier for people who want to get around using just one wheel. There, I'm going to put this unicycle back here, and oh my goodness, something's happening back here. It looks like you've invented something?
Yeah!
And it looks like you've invented polka dots?
No, not just the polka dots. I invented the whole suit. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like much, but when we were writing this show, the Great Canadian Invention Circus, I thought, wait a minute, I'm Canadian. I should invent something, so I invented this. Now, do you see these yellow pads everywhere? Yeah. They'll have wires that come off them. And those wires go up and around, and they all end up in a big bundle right here in this box, which is also plugged into a battery in my pocket. If I turn this box on, if I'm lucky and everything works just the way it's supposed to, fingers crossed, all these pads, they send a wireless signal to a little box there that plays in sound out of the speakers. Now, why would I invent a suit with pads that make noise? Well, remember, I'm a juggler. You saw that earlier. I've earned a living as a juggler most of my life. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could invent something that changed juggling from something you look at into something you can also listen to? That's my goal, so we'll see how it works. Everyone, listen close. See if you can hear the juggling. Success. They keep on working and refining their ideas. I thought, it is supposed to be the Great Canadian Invention Circus. I can make it more Canadian. Instead of these juggling balls, I could use a basketball from a sport invented in Canada. And then I had another idea. I went back to the drawing board and I added another switch to the side of my little box I made, and I did a little bit more programming so that when I press that switch, something changes. The sounds that these pads make, they switch from those percussion sounds to the sounds of a different instrument. Piano! You recognize it, it's a piano! All these pads make different piano notes. I'm going to try to play a song for you all by bouncing a basketball around in my body. It's going to use every pad at least once. Some of the pads, a lot of times. Hopefully it's a song you recognize. If you do recognize it, you might even know the words. If you do know the words, don't sing them. Because I'm not that good at playing the song yet. I can't do it exactly at the right rhythm. If you sing while I play, we'll probably both mess each other up. So let's just listen, and hopefully you'll recognize the song. It's going to get a little trickier. I haven't had to use the bottom half of my body very much yet, and there's not too much left of that O Canada song. Let's see how it ends up.